Hi, my name is Daniel Lear.
And I'm Bayou Bennett.
Welcome to the Dream State. I am super psyched. You know, I'm a big film geek, so we have a truly amazing cinematographer here today. I love his videos for The Strokes, Julian Casablanca and The Voids, Bruno Mars, etc., even Tribe Called Quest. Byron, thank you for being here, man.
My pleasure. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for asking me.
One of our favorite directors is Warren Fu, so how did that happen?
So the Warren Fu situation is amazing. I mean, I think that there's so many jobs that I've gotten over the last X amount of years that are because of him. So there was a friend of mine, and she was a producer, and we had worked together, and she said, hey, I'm doing a music video. Do you want to work with this guy? And I met Warren, and it was his first video. It was for Little Joy. It was called No One's Better Sake, and we made this cool little music video. And we got along great, and I enjoyed working with him mostly, and I still do, A, because he's talented, B, because he's the most prepared director I have ever worked with.
Wow.
That's amazing.
So with Warren Fu as a music video director in your relationship, he knows he has the whole video mapped out completely before it's shot?
For the most part. I mean, yes, 99% of the time I would say that almost everything is mapped out. You just have to know exactly what you're doing, especially today because the budgets, I'm sure in the 80s or 90s in the heydays of music videos where they had $1 million budgets for everything, you could do anything, but now it's like the budget's 10% of the treatment and the concept. So you really do have to be prepared, I think, to make it happen.
Yeah, it's not like Will Smith went in Men in Black music video,
No, and I used to work on a lot of those videos when I first started out. When I was trying to become a DP, I worked for a company called Rap Patrol, and all they did was rap out like big music videos. So I'd get paid to go at 9, 10 o'clock at night and work all night long and make sometimes $300-400 when I was making $50 a day shooting, movies or short films for people. That was amazing. So that's how I made my money. I was able to shoot and not really take other jobs that weren't DP jobs.
So I've said that basically on Instagram, there's some of your work and you've been reached, somebody,
yeah.
Bruno Mars, who was it?
It's
a big deal. Bruno Mars reached out to you because
yeah.
of what you did for, it was
a Vogue video,
Vogue,
yeah. I mean, let's be clear, he didn't personally, his people called my people.
His people called your people.
Which sounds so bad, but but yes, and he had saw that video and there was a part with Cardi B that he liked and he was like, oh, I want this, I want that filter combination, I want this exact thing, so get that guy basically. So then I did a video for him, so that was cool. I mean, I've gotten a couple jobs. I've only been on for a year, but I've gotten a couple of jobs based on it. So it's
the Bruno Mars video is incredible. Can you talk about building a personal style or people watch the images and know that it's you, or creating your own voice as a cinematographer?
It's an interesting question. You told me I had a voice, and I'm like, I don't know. Do I have a voice, or am I just translating other people's voices?
The camera movement alone is incredible.
I mean, I like camera movement. I like certain kinds of lighting, that appeal to me. I like contrast. I like side light. There's all kinds of things I like. I don't always employ them on every job. I do different things. I mean, lately, even with Bruno Mars, put a spotlight right on him. So, and for the Vogue video, I did a lot of spotlight straight on people, which is not something I'm used to, but it's oh, this is cool, it's different. So, I mean, for me, it's hard to answer that question. I think my voice is camera movement. I think my voice is contrast. I think my voice is cinematic lighting. I mean, those are all the things that I like. So no matter what the project is, I try to bring those aspects to it. I don't want to do just flat lighting. I don't want to, even if it's the simplest thing. I mean, I'm going to try to put, if there's a window here and a character here, well, I'm going to try to shoot here so that the light comes around, there's some contrast, and not here. Or if I shoot here, I'm going to try to make sure there's as much contrast on this side as I can. Those are the things that appeal to me. I'm always going to try to move the camera if it's appropriate. On a commercial music video, I'm just going to try to move the camera. I don't care. On a movie, when it's appropriate, then I definitely want to move the camera as much as possible. So I feel like those are the things that speak to me. So how that develops a style, I guess it's a style in itself, right? But I don't know that I have a specific lighting style, but maybe I do. I think other people see it more than me.
Yeah. What would be 5 things that you would do?
Or 4 things.
Let's make it 4.
No, I don't know.
Sure, let's make it 7. Give me 4 things you would do if things were slow and you're like, I got to get some work.
Get out of your house, go see people, go meet people, do whatever. Go to events, right? I mean, it could be an event at the AFC, or it could be an event at Kodak, or I don't know. I mean, now it's probably Airy or something like that. So go places, meet people. I think that's important. I think you got to get out there.
We get so much work from events. It's
yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. And even if you don't, you learn something. It still gets you out there, gets you excited again. Yeah. Sitting at home makes you depressed when you're not working. I mean, that's the hardest part. Like, you get depressed. I mean, I'm not a depressed person, but like, if I'm not being creative, I'm not doing anything, I get depressed, you know? And then, I mean, if people can go shoot something, shoot some stills, be creative, like, I think that's important, because if you're in the right mindset, you're going to have a better chance of getting work. If you're creative, if you're kind of bummed out, then you're not going to be motivated and do things.
So Byron, the biggest advances we've had in our career is when we didn't have a job and we made something of our own and then showed it to people.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, do a spec commercial, do something like that. I think the other things you can do is obviously try to find online resource, try to get out there, try to tell people, whoever it is, that you'll go do something for free. I tell my agent all the time, if I'm not doing anything, I haven't worked for a couple weeks, like, if there's a director out there, that if there's any spec projects that a company has, they're trying to cultivate a new director, let me know, I'll go do it, I'll do it for free. Yeah. You know, I don't care about the money, I care about the contacts. I mean, at some point I care about the money, but at that moment, it's like, okay, even if it's hard too, because you're like, I'm not making any money, I got nothing going on, but if you get some work, even if it's free work, you're going to get more work. It's all about a mindset. It's also like just about what I don't know, it's like, I don't want to sound cheesy, but it's just about like your spirit and like what's happening with you and how much you're putting off, and it's gonna, if you're depressed, you're not gonna get anything. If you're happy and you're creative, I feel like you're gonna get more stuff. So
you're so right.
It's important.
All right, guys, so thank you so much for watching this episode of The Dream State with Byron Werner, cinematographer. You definitely got to check out his work. He does incredible films and music videos and commercials. Byron, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
All right, cool. For us too. That was such a pleasure to have a guy who's shot 100 different films and the top music videos that are out there, and just to hear how he did it, how he got the job, how he made the job go right.
Yeah, super cool. Well, I hope you guys had a great time watching The Dream State. Let us know who you want to see on the next episode, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys.